Hi, you're at Steve Morris Engines. I'm Steve Morris, and this is an engine that we are doing for Daryl Johnson for drag week. This engine is going to go in his duster. This is 572 cubic inches of big block Chrysler. Has a big monster 5-inch throttle body, 5-inch elbow. You see that. Now this we have twins on, and what we're going to do here first is there's the twins. Those are twin F1Cs. We're working on some F2s, or I'm sorry, F2s, and trying all sorts of different stuff on this thing. But we're going to do a naturally aspirated, just a base horsepower test here, so you can actually get a grasp on what's going on with it. This is a KB block B1 cylinder heads. And a lot of this was already a bunch of stuff that Daryl already had, which is cool. And actually we had already done some F2 testing on this, and you'll see a video of that. And now we've gone back down to some F1Cs and trying that out. But this is our basic, is one of our packages. One of the things that we can, I mean, we do everything here, so all sorts of custom stuff that we probably shouldn't do sometimes, but that's alright. Not that we shouldn't do this, but I mean, we just do all sorts of custom stuff, different things all the time. Chrysler, Ford, Chevy, Pontiac, shoot, we do it all. Anyways, one of our camshaft combinations, piston, rod, they had the port work done. Those are some Moran injectors. This has Holley EFI on it, a Dominator system. Runs on Q16. And again, this is in drag week trim. So we don't have this built to maximum potential, and that's what I think we need to remember here too, is that it's not built for maximum potential. This thing has to make the drive, so we cannot have the same amount of camshaft, compression, some other things that we would normally have in this thing to make a maximum amount of horsepower. Like I said, this has a welded pump on it, some stuff that we fabbed up here for cam sync and fuel pump drive. Has a supercharger store, twin gear drive, excellent stuff from the supercharger store. And what we're going to do is we're going to go out and make a pull on this, then we're going to put blowers on it and show you everything that we are doing and learning. So I'm going to go put this out on a tripod and we'll make a hit on it. No big deal. Thing just stalled after pulled back on throttle. Pretty normal. Anyways, let me shut the fan off, get the camera on here for you, and see what we got here. And we will go right up to 3,900 RPM. Makes 420 horsepower, 565 foot-pounds of torque. 5,000 RPM, 587 horsepower, 616 foot-pounds of torque. 6,000 RPM, 722 horsepower, 629 foot-pounds of torque. 7,000 RPM, make 690 horsepower. And at 7,500 we make 622, so it's really nosing over here too, naturally aspirated. So probably has a lot to do still with how much camshaft we have in it. And again, we have to make stuff live and run 1,500 miles on drag week without replacing lifters every 150 miles. So you see our peak was right up here at 745 at 6,400. So you know, we're basically are going to come in and see that same similarity right there in power curves. It'll pick it up just a little bit, but we're definitely a little low on RPM there for peak RPM. Anyways, what I'm going to do is we're going to go in there and we're going to put the twin F1Cs on it, and we'll come back out and make it hit. Alright, and we're back out. Got the blowers on it. That is what it looks like. Let me show you something real quick. That was me making a mistake, because I pulled back real quick. It's like, wait a minute, this thing doesn't sound like it's making any beans. Take a look at that real quick. Now, because it'll be interesting to compare. See, that's making 844 horsepower at 7 pounds of boost, 7.71 pounds of boost. Notice how the boost is not increasing. Idiot me left the surge valve line open. I left it off, so it was dumping off the surge valves. So that thing made 1,000, looks like 1,010 at 6,000 RPM, and I knew there was something wrong right away. But now I'll go in there and hook up that surge valve line, blow-off valve line, and show you what that thing makes now.
Alrighty. Actually, we're gonna let the blowers cool down just a minute, so we'll come right back.
Alright, it gave everything a chance to cool down real quick, and just to give a fair comparison. So now we'll start it, go.
Well,
now we'll come over here, turn off the, turn off the fan so we can hear it a little bit better. And we'll scroll all the way up to the top. Now this is what I've been finding. Now that is 12.35 pounds of boost, and this is at 4,600 RPM. We're at 1152, 1,303 foot-pounds of torque.
5,000 is 1332, 1,400 foot-pounds of torque at 14 pounds of boost. These numbers are really good. I mean, that stuff is really good numbers right there. 5,500 basically is 1,550, 1,486 at 16.62 pounds of boost. As we get up here, we start going a little south, and I think what's going on is, well, we're probably leaning on the blower a little hard. Now that is a 1.82 gear ratio set that's in there right now. We've run 150, 170, and now this 1.82. And I can give you some. I'll go back. I'll give you numbers on those too. At 6,000, we're at 1763, 1537. You know, stuff is looking good right up through here. That's good power numbers for that RPM and that boost level, 19.56 pounds boost. That's good. 6,500 is 1881 at 23 pounds of boost. That number's good. It's not great, but it's good. And right up through here, it just lays right over. But we kind of see that in the camshaft too. So it's 6,500 and 1881, you know, 1861, 81, 69, 48, 13, 98, 63, 32, 12, 11. So it gets really unhappy up there. It's still making boost, 26 pounds of boost, but it just isn't making any more horsepower. Now if we go back, we can do a direct comparison here, and I'll get some numbers up here on the screen for you. Here we can do just because it's a little interesting. Oh, there we go. Stupid camera. You can kind of see the graph here. This is with no boost at 745 horsepower. Peak RPM, peak horsepower at at the RPM, and this is our with boost line. That's pretty significant. That's a let's see here. That is, as we scroll across, at peak we are $745 to $1850. So 745, $1850. Let's see. 1849 minus 745 equals 1,104 horsepower improvement. So, I mean, it's good right there, but we just can't get the thing to RPM, and it doesn't RPM on motor, and it just isn't RPM in here. So it's probably a combination of a couple things. Maybe if we can get the engine to RPM better, i.e. different camshaft, something that's probably not going to live real well on a 1,500 mile cruise, we might be able to get this thing better. But I also know that we've made more horsepower with the twin F2s, but had a serious surge problem. And if we look all the way down here, let's see here, I can bring up, I believe, can bring up our twin F2 test. Now this was our twin F2 test, so we're going to probably do some changes. We can see here that we were, well shucks, but we had a surge problem again. So let's go here, right there at 5,000 RPM. At 5,000 RPM with twin F2s, it made 1,103 horsepower at, I got to get the boost numbers here. Oops, sorry. 5,000 RPM. I'm sorry, it's a different number. It made 1,088 horsepower at 10.7 pounds of boost. With the twin F1Cs at 5,000 RPM, we're making 1,332 at 11.9 pounds of, or I'm sorry, at 14 pounds of boost. So, and at some lower boost ratios, it was still making about 50 to 100 horsepower more than what the twin F2s were, but we were dumping off boost with the, trying to get the surge out of it with the F2s. So some kind of interesting information here. You can see up in the upper RPM, right up there, it's still carried with the F2s and made more boost up there. Let me go back here some more. Let's see how far back we gotta go. Nope. Now this is with a 1.7. Yeah, 1.7 gear ratio in the set, and we can see up here we're at 1,072, 11 pounds of boost. So we're better down low, but it still does not want to make any more horsepower upstairs, because it still made 1853 at 7,000, 1845, 2740, 2419. So it's falling off, but doesn't fall off as hard as what these do. So clearly we're spinning the blower. We have a little engine issue too, just because it doesn't have enough camshaft in it. But spinning those blowers that fast is making some horsepower under the curve, but it's not letting the thing RPM. Let me get up a comparison here for you, and I'll give you a direct. Oops. You can see up here, for example, the 170 set to the 182 set, where the 182 is 80 horsepower better at 46, 102 horsepower at 49. As we scroll down, it is 96 better at 6. At 6,500, it's 77 better, 55 better, 36 better, and then all of a sudden it just goes right south, and it's gradually going there. It's gone over the point of negative return on our investment of boost here. We're still climbing in boost, making a positive impact on boost, but and not much for what the gear ratio set change is either. But at 7,400, it's 107 horsepower less. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in here and I'm going to try something different. I'm going to put one F2 on it with a ProVolute, and also the ProVolutes, I didn't show it here, but the ProVolutes are worth, in this combination, are worth 120 horsepower. And those are slip-on volutes. Nice easy piece, just wham bam, slip them on just like everybody else's volute. What we're going to do is we're going to go in here and I'm going to change that thing and put one F2 on it and see what we can come up with.